So we're kennels here again with another challenge of teaching a puppy how to do the down behavior. This is a 3-4 months old Malinois female puppy. Of course she has been clicker conditioned, and I'm trying to maybe lure her into a down and click for the behavior of having her elbows on the ground. The click helps to approach or successively approach the down behavior without doing anything else but pawing or licking the hand. Here she is rolling over a little bit. That was the wrong click right when she got up. Got her in a pretty good down position there, and keep on clicking and feeding for getting the right behavior, conveying the point that this position pays and other things don't right now. If the dog is too busy nudging your hand, trying to get the food out of it, of course then we have less of a chance to get the down behavior. So sometimes we just withdraw if the licking, pawing, nudging is getting too much. Here I get lucky, she follows my hand downward, taking a downward position, and I try to get my hand out of the picture already by clicking when I take my hand away. Here's the next session. She, for some reason, does a little bit of a submission or submissive behavior of laying on her side. It's a Malinois thing. As soon as they suspect some or have some frustration or some problem to solve, a lot of times they just kind of, if you want to call it that, give up and do something that is not really on the active side of things. It's to be ignored. I'm just trying to get the down position, teasing her with food, making her try to get it without necessarily being on her nose with my hand, and assist her too much doing the behavior. Here I just click for any downward motion of her head, because that's the first that we gotta look for. If the head moves downward, the body will eventually move downward after that. I don't necessarily want to assist her, but then I decide I have to at that stage of training. So I assisted her, she lays down, I click and feed into the position.
Come here. Just a minute.
Interruption. We're gonna pick it up back here in a minute. So here we picked it back up again. I assisted her a little bit and clicked for the down position, teasing her with the food, trying to encourage some operation on her part to figure out how to get the click and the reward. Things are going really quick. That requires some skills to be successful. All a matter of practice. So I got her in down position and keep clicking and feeding her without my hand being on her nose, because if my hand is by her nose as I click for the behavior of having her nose on my hand, which we can't have. At the end, the dog should lay down without the hand moving down or the hand being by her nose to assist. I assist and induce the downward behavior and then take my hand away and click, so the picture is not taken by the clicker with my hand touching her nose. Now I'm going to do just a different behavior for the end of the session, which is in the presence of the doggy cart to get on the cart. The side of the signal, the side of the cart is of course a signal to do that very behavior that we have clicked for before. I just want the dog to maybe already get the idea of two behaviors in one session. The differentiation between the down behavior and the going on the cart is the presence of the cart being a signal. Here's the next down conditioning session. She hopped on the couch. I negatively marked it and she was off the couch, and I clicked the behavior and fed for not being on the couch. So we're advancing pretty good to have her consider the down behavior being clicked for, even if my hand is not in front of her nose. And I indirectly reward, meaning that I identify the behavior of downing with the click and then reinforce outside of that behavior or outside of that position. She got it pretty good that the downing is triggering the click. That's all what we've been doing for a few sessions, so it's highly considered by her to do that in order to trigger the click. You see that she is a little bit out of straightness. Here she was straight, I clicked, but she tends to be orienting herself to her left, like the weight is shifted onto her left side, and I want a straight position. So after the click, I reinforce into the left hand side of hers to balance the direction of the behavior being centered. So if you have a behavior that is oriented to one side, you click and reinforce to the opposite. It's here was very straight. Yep. Since I reinforced after the click to her left hand side, the behavior gets pretty balance to be straight. She looks like laying like a Sphinx. Perfect. I still click and reinforce to her left, not to lose the balance and getting straight at the end. Super. Here I extended the duration of the behavior just a little bit by delaying the click, that she doesn't get into a routine of hitting the floor, getting a click, getting up. That could make for a quick touch and go with the down. Super nice and straight, without me assisting at all. She operates doing the behavior and has gotten the idea that that most likely triggers the click and gives her the reward. Perfect. Here I showed her going after my hand is moving my hand away, and she figures out that operating, if the hand goes away, operating away from the hand actually is successful triggering the click. All you got to do here is wait for the behavior to happen. Super chin almost to the ground, which I like. Makes it very clear for the dog what direction to move into and where to be to trigger the click. One more time. And the end of the session. Now we're going to do another one. Assist her a little bit by lowering my hand to remember what it was, to trigger the click, and I introduce the free command, if you wish, the release command, into the down behavior. She has learned the release command being free when we trained the place. Getting back to a pretty solid down behavior. And remember, she leaned a little bit to the right when she did it, and I clicked and reinforced to the left to kind of get the balance to be very straight in the final performance. There it was. You saw her leaning a little bit, tilting her head to the right. Got the click for downing and tossed to the left. I don't know why I did not do it here, but things happen that we get to be aware of once we watch our own recordings. Important hint to you: if you train your dog, record yourself, watch it, and see actually what happened with the third eye from the outside.
Free.
After watching myself here, it comes to mind that I might have mixed up the sequence of the session that I showed you right before that one was the one that actually happened after this one. Because I experienced her orientation to the right and didn't do anything about it until the next session after I thought about it, or maybe starting right here where I realize, okay, right hand side orientation needs to be balanced by drawing to the opposite side in order to get it right in the middle. Yep. The left hand side orientation, or the rolling over to the left, is here pretty much evident, and I did not switch my way until the session that I showed you before this one, which makes me think that maybe this one is the one before the one I just showed you. So watch in reverse. Watch this one before the last one I showed you in this clip. I have so many recordings going that I'm behind putting them all together and narrating them for you to share my thoughts and explain to you what I am doing in order to get the behaviors I want. Now you saw another downing dog, or teaching how to down a dog, and it seems like it's always the same, but it's not. Every dog's different, and I just intend to show you how I managed to teach a behavior to different dogs in different ways with different applications and different timing.
Free.
He's making pretty good choices, closer and closer to choosing the down behavior instead of doing anything else. Here I clicked off her just bowing, so to speak, which is big part of the downing behavior, and I don't mind going back to clicking every now and then for the beginning of a behavior, which is lowering the front end right there. She was trying to trigger the click with sitting, but nothing happened for her, so I had a great opportunity to click for her, or to her, making the right choices.